What's up, guys? Doogie Tony here. No, I look like a cotton ball, but it's all good. Okay, so I was requested to make a video to show how to re-wick a microcoil with cotton. So here you go. Here's my cotton ball. And just rip a small piece of this off, right? So, say like that. Something like that right here. It's a good starting point. So we're going to do, straighten that out and see how much we got to work with here. So that right there is still pretty big. So we're going to rip some of this off of here. Get it down so it's right about the right size for a wick. Something like this is probably pretty decent. For comparison, here's penny, here's the wick, about like that. You want it to be kind of see-through though, so, you know, not real dense, not real wispy, so it'll still pull through. Might be a little thin there in the middle, so just take it, do a little twist right there, make it right. Okay, so then once you got your wick about the right size, you want to take it and twist up one end. Okay, so here's my RM2, regular microcoil, no big deal. Okay, I got my cotton twisted up. Right there, there's about the wick. I mean, that's pretty much what the size you're going to want. It's a little bit bigger than the RM2, or the microcoil, but it's real thin, so it'll compress in there with not too much problem. So then you got your skinny end, just thread it right on through, grab it and give it a pull. What I like to do is I like to pull it back and forth a few times, because sometimes it'll push the excess cotton out of the way most of the time. You know, if you got a little bit too fat, you can kind of move it around, thin it out, and spread it a little bit. So that looks pretty good right there. I mean, you want to get it in there without too much resistance, if any resistance at all. So, you know, that's good for me right there. So then all I got to do now is trim the ends. So take my scissors, give it a little snip, and I want to get it fairly close to the coil. So that's a little bit farther on one end than I want. So I'll give it a little bit more of a trim. So that's pretty good right there. So there's enough in there that's going to wick pretty well. You know, it's got contact on all sides, but it's not in there real tight. So it should be a decent wick. So then all you got to do, give her a little squonk. Let juice soak in for a second. Give it a second to just soak in the whole wick. And we should be good to go. Pumping out vapor. There you go. That's how you re-wick a microcoil.